this time, we'd like to invite Laurel Bubman to come forward and present on the Board of County Commissioners, County Administration. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Laurel Butman, Deputy County Administrator, and joined today by our wonderful team, Mary Rathke, Caroline Hill. Where did Dan go? Dan Chandler, and of course, Administrator Krupp. So if you have questions, I have support system in place. So I'm presenting both the Board of Commissioners and County Commissioners and County Administration's budget, which we didn't combine the budgets. Go back. We didn't combine the budgets together, but we keep them as two lines of business in the Performance Clackamas approach. So basically the mission of this budget is to provide the public and county departments the experience of responsive and effective government. And the Board of County Commissioners does that through providing governance and also policy direction. And the county administration does that through leadership, policy implementation, support, and problem solving. So we have the two lines of business, county administration, which we'll go through first with 5 programs. We'll go through them program by program for you briefly, and then the Board of County Commissioners. So in the line of business of county administration, our Performance Clackamas is one of our programs. Our results for this year, we have for the current year, we've have 61% of strategic results in the adopted county strategic plan have been achieved or are annually on target. The target is 100% by 2020. So we're making good progress, I think. Also, we've achieved 93% of commission-managed departments have completed a strategic business plan. That is to be 100% by 2017. By the end of 2017, that should be done. We have a few more going through. And then this year, 38% of the county budget is tied to measurable customer results, and the goal is 100% by 2018. In this line of business, the total budget is $224,600, and general fund support is about $8,500. Other sources of revenue are charges for service or allocated costs. So significant issues and changes. So all board-directed departments will have completed their strategic plans by FY16-17, I think by the end of 2017. And then we have those departments will be tracking performance information in the Luminous Performance Dashboard software. And also in 16-17, County Administration eliminated 1 permanent FTE, which caused an overall reduction in personnel services costs spread across the different programs. In the Office of the County Administrator, 90% of administrator decisions on grant applications, personnel actions, intergovernmental agreements, and contracts have been able to be made at the first presentation. Our goal is 100% by next fiscal year end. Total line of business budget here is $341,000. General fund support is $13,000, and the remainder coming from charges for services. And again, we mentioned the 1 FTE that we eliminated. Board of County Commissioners within County Administration, this is the program that provides support to the Board of County Commissioners. For 2016-17, 85% of the board's policy sessions and business meeting decisions were tied to the county strategic plan. So that would be in the staff reports that you get and the policy session packets that you get. Folks will be telling you how what they're doing is connecting to the county strategic plan. The budget for this program is $683,000. General fund support $26,000, and the rest as allocated costs. The FTE percentage in this program changed a little bit with the elimination of that 1 permanent FTE. Customer and Community Services Program, customer cases that receive a follow-up call or email within 8 business days after closure of the case to determine effectiveness. Target is 70% by 2018. We are still putting in place our constituent tracking software, and so we don't have results for these, but we do have these targets that we are planning to be able to do within the next fiscal year. So we are hoping to have 80% of cases resolved within 2 weeks. And for survey information, we are targeting 75% of customers reporting the Clackamas County government is professional, productive, and effective. Total budget for this program is $647,000, a small amount of general support, and then again, allocated costs. Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Program. New measure, I believe this is a new measure for this one. We have 0% at this point, but we do have a target of 100% by 2019, where department lines of business will have established performance measures and set targets for providing equitable access to services for diverse populations. We have also seen a 60% reduction in equal employment opportunity categories where females, veterans, and minorities are underrepresented. Target for next fiscal year is 80% for that performance measure. Total program budget, about $280,000, $8,600 from general fund, and the rest from allocated costs. A couple of significant issues and changes in this program. We replaced our affirmative action work with equal employment opportunity planning and monitoring. Equal employment opportunity is something we're required to do because we get federal grants, and so we're spending our time and focus on that rather than the voluntary affirmative action. Many of the activities and measures and results are the same for both. It's just we're doing what we're required to do as opposed to what we could opt to do. And we're into the Board of County Commissioners budget. So for this fiscal year, 85% of strategic results in the adopted county plan have been achieved or are on target. And we are looking at 100% by 2020. It's the same. We have that same goal in the county administration line of business. This total budget is $1,774,000, which comes from the general fund. Significant issues and changes. So we're in the second year of doing Performance Clackamas. There's only the one program, which is Board of County Commissioners in this line of business. There is a reduction in FTE from 6 to 5. We had a local government fellowship, Oregon Local Government Fellowship Program person that was being shared by Clackamas County, Multnomah County, City of Gresham, and the City of Happy Valley last year. That fellowship is over. That person actually was hired, I believe, by Gresham, and we were reimbursed for 75% of the associated costs of that position. So that's done, and so we're back to 5 commissioners. So department-wide, total department budget for both lines of business is $3.9 million. Total general fund support is $1.8 million, or 47% of the budget, the bulk of that being under the County Commissioners. And other revenue sources, charges for service, about $2 million, or 53% of the budget. Personnel is 66% of the budget, materials and services 26%, and cost allocation charges that we actually expend are 8% of the budget. Revenue trends, general fund support is remaining relatively flat. Charges for service are up about 7.5%. Personnel costs has been reduced 6.3%. You'll see that we have a total reduction of 2.5 FTE in between 16-17 and 17-18. That is that a fellowship position is now gone. We've eliminated one permanent position, and then we had a 0.5 FTE was a former Damascus City employee who was paid for with Damascus funds, and that person has sunsetted out. We had no PLPs funded last year. Oh, and I should say that we carry no beginning balance, and we have no contingency and no reserve. And with that, we'll take your questions.
Here's a department we could cut.
I want to sweep out your beginning balance. From 0 to 0.
Is there a motion?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and have Ed.
Just a short question. I don't understand what a customer case is.
Oh, thank you. That's a very good question. So we actually had a lot of discussion about this. Do you want to help answer this question? Yeah. Because we do have actually a definition for this. I just don't remember it off the top of my head.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Caroline Hill, and I'll try to answer your question. We have two different forms of communication with citizens. One would be a referral, which is a very simple call. I have a question about this, and we know we'll just send it to the department that you need to speak to. A case is when there's some follow-up involved from staff and some coordination between departments to find a solution to the issue that the citizen was reporting.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I think everyone's hungry, Jeff.
Seeing none, we want to thank you for wrapping up early and appreciate that. I think at this time, we can adjourn to our lunch hour and we will reconvene back at 1 o'clock.
Yes, good.